Hello friends, today I'm doing a quick review of Super Mario! Well, it's actually Raccoon Mario, and I always thought it was like Tanuki Mario, but nope! I mean, Tanuki Mario is actually Mario in the full-on Tanuki suit, and this is Raccoon Mario, and let's call him Tanuki Mario. I always thought this was a cooler transformation for Mario, because it's like an actual transformation, he gets like modifications instead of like, putting on a whole suit, but anyways, like you see on the back of the package here, there's a bunch of other Marios in this wave, because this is just the Super Mario line now, and not the Nintendo World of Nintendo line anymore, unfortunately. But, whatever. Still good figures. On the back, we get a cool picture of Raccoon Mario, or... yeah, Raccoon Mario. Raccoon's no name for Tanuki, so it's kind of weird. It's whatever. Anyways, picture of him posed like he's flying, which is pretty cool looking. Says he's got 12 points of articulation. Some cool little photos of the articulation, I guess. Anyways, pretty standard Super Mario series packaging. Let's open it up. That was pretty easy. Pop them out. No twist ties or anything. Nothing for this either. Very easy packaging. Awesome job, Jax. Let's take a close look at the super leaf he comes with. It's actually got 2 tones of brown on there, so I think it's sculpted in the dark brown. Yep, because it's not painted on the back side, but it's sculpted in the dark brown. They painted some light brown stripes on. They painted the eyes on, and the little highlights on the eyes. So that's actually a lot of colors they added on there. It's got some nice detail to it. Unfortunately, Mario can't hold it because he just comes with open hands, but I mean, it's still a nice accessory to have. Actually, maybe he could hold it if you kind of wedge it in between the finger and the thumb there. Well, you could probably just kind of balance it like that. Well, maybe not. I guess not. But it is nice that his hands are sculpted in this open pose, because that's, good for flying. It's like, shoo, you can recreate the cover of Super Mario Bros. 3. Woo! Actually looks pretty good. I mean, the sculpt on it, pretty top-notch overall. Look at the articulation. So, Mario has like a swivel head. I mean, I guess it might be ball joint or something, but you ain't getting any range out of that. And it doesn't really go up or down or anything. Can't even swivel all the way around, because like his chin and his hair just protrude over the edges so much, like, you'll probably like destroy his shoulder socket trying to push his chin further than that. That's as far as it goes. And he's got hinge and swivel shoulders and hinge hips, elbows, hinged elbows. The hips are down there in the hinges, but it's got hinged elbows and swivels at the wrists. There's no waist or anything, but I kind of forgive that because Mario's such a pudgy, short little guy. There is a swivel at the tail back there, and then there are ball joints on the hips and single hinged knees, and that's it. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the tail makes 12 points of articulation. So the back of the packaging is accurate. The sculpt on it's pretty top-notch, actually. I have no issues with the sculpt. It's the paint that's, well, it's a little hit or miss. Like those ears, they did a pretty darn good job on the ears, considering, like, I think the hat's a separate piece. Well, I'm not 100% sure. It looks pretty close to his head. But I think it's a separate piece that's been molded in red. And so they painted white, they painted dark brown, and then they painted light brown. And all of that's pretty darn clean up there. It's the mustache that's a bit of a problem on the face. Like, that's flesh color coming in underneath the black. The black's a little too thin. But, I mean, the eyes are decals. The eyes look great. Eyebrows look great. Hair's pretty good. There's good lines on the hair. A little mushy there, but I mean, other than that, paint's all right. Little yellow buttons they've added. The overalls look pretty good, and the rest of it's just brown paint on the shoes, I think. And then the tail has the paint, which I'm guessing the tail's molded in one of these browns and the other's painted, and it's a little off the lines here and there, but nothing too dramatic. Pretty much a good figure from Jax Specific, I'd say. Now, I'm pretty sure Raccoon Mario here reuses some parts from standard figure Mario, but it's kind of hard to tell because there's been so many Marios over the years that you can pull all these parts from various Mario iterations and transformations, but, I mean, the head looks pretty similar below the hat. I mean, the sculpt looks a little bit softer, so maybe they, like, remolded it or something, recast the mold? I don't know, but Mario definitely gets away with it. So the skin tone's, like, a little more tan, too. Is this, like, Mario 3 Mario, where he, like, starts looking a bit different? I don't know, but obviously the hat has to be a new piece. And then, since the tail is attached back there, and they didn't account for that in the original sculpt, this is a new torso, and you can really tell with, like, the overalls. Like, look how thin the sculpted line on the little part where it snatches on there is compared to this. Like, this is a much more raised, and this is much more shallow. Like, it's just barely there, little sculpted details, and even the little lines in the denim are, like, way more subtle on the new figure's torso. But the legs And the arms appear to be reused except for the hands, which come from other Mario figures. And yeah, it's pretty much the same. New torso, new hands, new hat with the ears. And then they add the tail into the new torso because the new torso has a hole in the back. But otherwise, the parts appear to be pretty much the same. Good idea to reuse those. He even stands the same height as the original release Mario, which is about 4 inches tall to the top of his hat there. And as always for scale, here he is next to 6-inch Marvel Legends and DC Universe figure. So that is pretty much it for Raccoon Mario, friends. His sculpt is fine, his articulation's fine. It's pretty much exactly what you'd expect if you'd ever bought a Mario figure from Jakks Pacific before. The paint could be a little bit better, but I mean, not by much. It's a decent enough figure. He can even kind of hold his accessory if you try really hard there, although I wish it was a little bit easier. Maybe he should come with gripping hands, or maybe they should have included something different. But I like the flying hands. I wouldn't sacrifice them just so he could hold a dumb leaf. Pretty good figure. I'd say pick it up. Well, until next time, peace out, YouTube.